Do you think the child support laws in Utah are fair? If not, then describe the changes that you would make to them. Part 5 of 8. A parent has his or her own independent living expenses, independent from the expenses of the child. While it is true that in some cases a parent may incur housing expenses greater than what they would be were there no need for extra room to house the child or children, child support is not needed for these housing expenses of the children if the size of the parent's residence would have been the same regardless of the child custody award. The problem with thinking that half of all living expenses are the child's, as some do, is that rarely are half of all living expenses in fact the child's. For example, if a parent would have been residing in the same sized residence with or without the child present, then the so-called child's portion of rent is zero. Even if the residence is a 2-bedroom house or apartment, the second bedroom is not equivalent to half of the total cost of the residence. Children don't eat as much food until they are older, and even so, they are not eating on the custodial parent's dime every day because they eat some meals with the non-custodial parent. I cannot speak for all jurisdictions, but in Utah, child support is usually, in my opinion, more than what the child, and not the custodial parent, but the child, needs to be sufficiently financially supported. All common expenses between parent and child clearly do not divide perfectly equally between the parent and child. A parent whose residence would have been the same, regardless of whether he or she shared it with a child, would have $0 in child housing expenses exclusively for the child, or specifically for the child. $0 in certain utilities expenses, such as heating, garbage removal, cable TV, and internet, for example. So the idea that child support must take into account that a child's housing expenses or shelter expenses are equal to half of that parent's rent or mortgage payment is false on its face. If a court wants to indulge such a fiction for the sake of making it easier to calculate child support, that's a different matter. A child's transportation needs are not necessarily equal to half or even a quarter of those of the parent either.